What do you think is the difference between a person? I need more light on my face. My bad. What do you think is the difference between a person who dedicates their entire life to learning and who's committed to developing and building skills as opposed to a person who dedicates 10 years to one particular skill? What do you think is the difference between those two people? Or what do you think the results, the end results, the difference of the results between those two people? I believe it's what we're seeing today. You know, a lot of what we hear today about people being afraid of artificial intelligence and machinery and technology taking their jobs. And to me, or I would just say, the reality is that people who are afraid of being replaced by artificial intelligence and technology in general are people who are replaceable. And those people who are replaceable are the people who are specialists. I have been criticized for so many times and have not been hired by certain jobs because I am a generalist. And being a generalist does give you the leverage. Being a specialist does not. I don't care like how high in demand currently your skill is, but if you have only one skill, you are limited to that one skill. Your income has a cap on it. You could be making a lot of money, but at the end of the day, your income, your salary, or whatever money you're making has a cap on it. And you will never get to you will never reach the infinite possibilities of somebody who is obsessed with learning. Being able to learn is a crucial skill. It's a it's there is no other skill that is more effective than having the skill, mastering the skill of learning, being a master student. You can be a master in martial arts, but if you're only a master of martial arts, that's all what you are. Back in the 90s, martial art instructors made lots of money. And from my experience, I do practice martial arts. That's one of the very many things that I practice and study. And from my experience of the masters that I have encountered, that I have came across, the senseis that I have came across, they're not making any money off being martial artists. And so like that's one of the things that proves my point is that you can be a master in something and not be effective at all. You can be a master in something and you cannot be making any kind of money anymore as much as you used to, because you have not mastered the art of learning, the art of developing skills. Your brain does not know how to learn effectively at all. And this is something that I've always been arguing about for years now. I mean, I just like recently I have just been, my curiosity has ever taken me, and I study so many different things, and it has given me the advantage and the skill set to be able to do so many different things. I'm creating businesses, off my skill set, off my ability to learn. Be a master student. Why don't you practice being that? How about we practice being master students? How about we practice going back to what we used to do when we were kids? When we were kids, we were so curious in life, so curious and just doing so many different things. And it has been society who has brainwashed us into this matrix of thinking that we need to specialize in one thing so we can get a job. Yeah, exactly. If you want to get a job, if you want to be a slave to your job, if you want your life to be revolved around one set of income, then yeah, be a specialist. If you want how much money and the wealth that you are going to accumulate the wealth, the generational wealth, the legacy. If you don't want any of that, then yeah, be a specialist. But I believe, as a matter of fact, I know that a person who is obsessed with developing skills, who is obsessed with learning, who is a skillful learner, who's a skillful student, whose abilities is malleable, it can expand. If your abilities are malleable, if your mindset is malleable, if the capabilities that you do is malleable, you can expand. It doesn't matter where the world is going. It doesn't matter what the economy is. It doesn't matter what kind of technology it is. It doesn't matter about any of that stuff. If you are a masterful learner, you will be irreplaceable. You should be able to raise your children, to be able to do mathematics, to be able to do physics, to be able to understand, read, write, marketing, branding, all these different things. You should at least have an idea of how to do it, an understanding of it. Our lives revolve around all these things anyways. So why not make ourselves familiar with this? Let's break away from being familiar, and let's start embracing uncertainty. So being a masterful student gives us the advantage, because we will have the ability to do whatever we want to do. As the world evolves, we expand with it. We will be ahead in life. We will be ahead of this world. Businessmen, entrepreneurs, CEOs, ahead of the market, always prepared. There's nothing that can be created, no cutting edge, breaking technology that can be created that can replace people with curious minds, with artistic spirits, with creative mindsets and spirits, because it's just going to be another tool for us. So, don't worry about AI. Don't worry about where this world is going. Don't worry about it. Embrace it. There's nothing that you can do about it that's going to stop it from happening. But there is something that you can do about it, to using it to your advantage, to using it to your leverage. Let's practice outsourcing and using things to our advantage and to our leverage, no matter where this world is going. We live in America. As of right now, America is still a free country, and we are still free, at least compared to all the other countries in this world, to use this country to our advantage, to create, to leave a legacy, and to create an infinite amount of wealth. It's up to us to learn how to do it. It is possible to be a multi-millionaire. It is more possible to be a multi-millionaire in this country than it is in other countries. It is more possible to be a multi-billionaire. It is possible to be a multi-trillionaire. It is possible. It certainly is. It really just depends on your ability to learn, your ability to develop the necessary skills and the necessary abilities to do that, to have that. It's easier said than done, but it can be done. Be obsessed with growing. Be obsessed with being a polymath. Being obsessed with developing and instilling skills within you. If you're a specialist, you're just an insect. That's all what you are. An insect waiting to be replaced. Sooner or later, it's going to happen. It's already happening. Why do you think artificial intelligence has such a stigma on it? So many people are afraid of it. The only people that I believe are afraid of it are people who are not willing to expand. And it doesn't matter how much money you have, because there are billionaires who are afraid of artificial intelligence as well. And I believe some of these billionaires who's probably afraid of artificial intelligence, in my opinion, this is strictly my opinion, I have not done research on this, what I'm about to say, but in my opinion, the reason why some of these billionaires like Elon Musk, and I love Elon Musk, I study Elon Musk. I don't want to say I look up to him. Maybe I do to a certain extent. I love a lot of things that Elon Musk does and that he says, but I don't take. There's only probably one person or two people on this earth that I take what they say more than a grain of salt. But everybody else I do take with a grain of salt. I do. I study, I listen to things, but I use my own beliefs and my own principles and values. And when I listen to other people, I take my principles into considerations first. But Elon Musk, he talks about how AI should be regulated, and I hear Warren Buffett. That's another person I look up to. I study Warren Buffett very heavily, and I hear Warren Buffett talks about how he thinks that AI should be taken under control too. He compared AI to a nuclear weapon, and I just don't agree with those those opinions, with those concepts. I don't agree with it at all. Artificial intelligence can be a very beautiful thing. It can revolutionize this world beyond of what we can imagine. It can empower so many people. It doesn't matter like the negatives that come with it. Like, that's part of life. We're never going to fully avoid some negative. Everything comes with a cost, so it doesn't matter. I look at life as options. There's no such thing as solutions. Nothing is going to be a solution to any problem in this world. Look at alternatives, options, freedom of choice, the freedom to decide. If something is created, give people the ability to decide if they should use it or not. That's what I believe. Don't get me wrong, like, I do believe if some things should be regulated if they are being used to cause harm to people. That's why we have laws. I believe that there should only be laws when something is going to hurt another individual. But if people are using things to their advantage to expand and to excel in life, then I don't believe it should be regulated in that sense. I believe that us as people, that artificial intelligence, because it cannot replace my creativity, it cannot replace my imagination, it cannot replace my feelings, it cannot replace my experiences. Nothing can replace that. You can clone me all you want, but I'm still going to feel the way I feel. I'm still going to think the way I think. I can still imagine the way I imagine. There's only one of me because of what I do. I'm obsessed with learning. I take the good and the bad. I think the negative and the positive, the love and the hate. All of it. I take all of it. I accept all of it. I'm not afraid of where this world may end because I know what I am going to control, what I can control. And I have already accepted that I have a death date. We all have a death date. And if we really are afraid of where this world is going, then do yourself a favor. Do this world a favor and focus on yourself. Start with self. If more people started with self, this world will be a much, way better place. It truly, really would. But it starts with us. It starts with yourself first. Don't worry about all the external forces, all the external situations that's going on in this world. It really, truly does not matter, because it's going to happen whether we like it or not, or maybe it won't happen, but it doesn't matter. You're wasting your time, you're wasting your energy. There is times in this history of this world where people has faced so many terrible, harmful things to them. We right now have an opportunity for history to not repeat itself. Mark Twain, you said that history doesn't repeat itself, but it does rhyme. There's a reason why he said that. But there are too many people who's focused about the external forces and not focused on within here. The more we are honest with ourselves, the more we are authentic and truthful, and we are loud with that, it's going to like branch off to other people. And if other people are experiencing how authentic we are, that's going to affect them, and that's going to challenge them to be authentic and to start with self and to be honest, and so on and so on and so on. And if it doesn't, then so be it. It doesn't matter. We start with self. We are focused on ourselves, and that's all that matters at the end of the day. Honesty is contagious. It's the point I'm making. We force other people when we are honest with ourselves, and when we are authentic with ourselves and loud with it. We force other people. We challenge other people to be just that.